What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. I go by the name Buhle Mayeza, better known as AJ STIGMA. So this is episode 5, guys. But just know that the guys that I asked to come through, the guests that I was supposed to interview, couldn't show up, guys. I don't know if they ran out of time. I don't know if they're offline. I don't know what's happening, guys. But they didn't show up. But I have good news for you though. I have my brother in the building, so he's gonna ask me questions about my podcast, like the origin of the podcast, where it started, where I'm going with it. So I have to freestyle the whole thing, guys. So I hope you guys understand. We didn't plan this, it just happened. So please bear with me, guys. It won't happen again. Just this episode, and we'll be back on our feet. Call me, how are you, Doug?
Hey, what's up? I'm good, bro. What's up?
Yeah, I see you good. Can you raise your voice a little bit?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. Good to see you, bro.
It's good to be with you, Doug. It's good to be with you.
Yeah, man, having you on the platform.
You caught me off guard, bro.
Yeah, so guys, I caught him off guard. He's not ready for the interview. So please bear with him, guys. But could you please do us this one favor, ne? Just raise your voice so that we can hear you clearly. And yeah, everything will be fine. So guys, I caught him off guard, guys. So please bear with him as my brother. So yeah, let's do this, big homie.
I'll start with the first question. Who is AJ STIGMA?
Okay, AJ STIGMA. Okay. You want to know how I came up with this name?
Yeah, who is AJ STIGMA and where is AJ STIGMA from? Just give me a background. Okay,
so how it all started, it started at church. Remember Northgate Embassy? Yeah, we used to go to that church. You know that church? Opposite the dome. Yeah, so that's where it all started. So our pastor was preaching there, guys. Our Pastor Brighton. So how Pastor Brighton got this opportunity to be a pastor. So remember we had a female preacher.
Yes.
The Nigerian preacher. Remember that lady?
Yes.
So Pastor Brighton would wait. After every service, he would make us wait. He would make us not go home. He would preach for the next 30 minutes. That's how we got to know him.
Yeah.
And our lady pastor gave him a platform, and then he started preaching from 9 until the service closed. Yeah. So actually Pastor Brighton is the one who who actually inspired me to start a career in music, because he wanted entertainment. Actually, not just him, but the whole church.
Mm-hmm.
So and I had a friend then called Genius, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah, you know Brandon, right?
Yeah.
So he was my friend, and right?
Yeah.
So we actually let's start a career in music, bro. Let's do it for the church. So that time we were doing it for the church. I wasn't doing it for myself.
Yeah.
Because they needed rappers there. And then, the passion, grew, and it actually inspired me to start a real career now. I remember COVID came out, and then, we stopped going to church. That's when I started doing things for myself.
Yeah.
So how AJ STIGMA came about the name. Let's start with the name, guys. So, since I was doing gospel rap then, I called myself Antidote J. Remember you guys used to call me Jamie, ne?
Yeah.
In school, at school.
Yeah.
So yeah, it went from Jamie to Antidote J. Since I was doing the gospel rap, I believed I was doing the right thing. I was the antidote, I was this, I was that. And then I was like, nah, it's too long. And then I shortened it to AJ. Instead of Antidote Jamie, AJ. That's AJ for you. And then Stigma, you're the one who, remember we were chilling by the boys in there? in our room back when we were living in Northgate. Remember Dominican complex? Yeah. And then I was playing gospel music, remember? And I was like, hi bro, my name is AJ, and I needed like, it sounded incomplete then.
Yeah.
Like AJ, who's AJ? AJ what, you know? And then you're the one who actually, you know, suggested Stigma, if you still recall.
Yeah, my memory is clear on that one. But
yeah, as my brother guy, so he doesn't remember something. But he's the one who gave me Stigma.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then, so AJ Stigma is a musician, guys. AJ Stigma is a rapper from the north. I've been rapping since 2017, but I started taking it seriously in 2020, 2021, 2022. Yeah, I was really hungry and serious then, and then, you know, I ventured into other industries like podcasting, you know, clothing line also. So yeah, but at heart I'm a musician, guys. So yeah. Even the podcast, I love it, you know, people say I talk too much, so, you know, that's why I have a podcast also, so that I don't just, you know, let my words go out there freely, you know, so, yeah, so where am I from is the next question, right?
Yeah.
Originally, you mean?
Yes, where are you from?
So, I was born in the Eastern Cape, we both know that. And then I moved to Joburg in 2016. You're the one who brought me here, if you still remember.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know Jack. You know, anyone, you knew everything. Not everything, but the right things, you know, because you were already living here. So he came to the rural areas, guys. He picked me up, and then we came to Joburg. And you know, yeah, in 2016, and my brother actually is one of the people who also inspired me to be a musician. Remember, Los Alamos, bro?
Yeah.
We would freestyle on weekends.
Yeah.
We would freestyle with Abo Tony, Abo Shito. We would freestyle and you know, just to kill time, guys. And also even at school, in the morning. Would freestyle, remember? We would be back, smoke weed, and doctor would come. Like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? We would run in all directions, like. And then once doc disappeared, we'd come back and still freestyle. So, yeah, man, that's how it all started. And really, I found love, I found passion, and I just kept doing it. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far is it going with your rap career? Industry?
So far, safe to say I've put my career on hold because I'm focusing on other things. But you know, music is one thing I will never stop doing. You know, I will never stop making music because you know it comes from the heart, and also you know I want to come back when I feel like, you know, I have new experiences, I have new ideas, you know, because I feel like I've exhausted all my old ideas. So if I'm making music now, it's a repetition. But if I put it on hold, like start a podcast, do other things, now when I go back to the industry, I have things to talk about. You know, because I'm trying to keep my raps real. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to lie. Also, I'm not trying to portray someone I'm not. You know, yeah. So I'm AJ. People must know me as AJ. On the podcast, people must know me as Buhle or AJ, whichever name you prefer or whichever name sounds nice to you.
Yeah. So between the clothing, podcast and music, which one would you say you're doing great at the moment?
Oh, I like that question. So between the clothing line, the podcast and the label, I would say podcast first, because you know, like I'm consistent there and there's a structure in place, and then followed by the clothing line. I already, built a website for my clothing line, so people can start buying now, and I'm also, building new relationships with other, clothing line owners, because I'm trying to grow the business. I'm not trying to be small all my life, But right now, I can say, safe to say, the podcast is number one, and then followed by the clothing line, and then the label. With the label, it's supposed to be number one, but I feel like the music industry is overly crowded, bro. Like, there's just too many people. Like, it's saturated, but there's too many people making music, bro. That now the real talent, the real artists are hard to find, because there's too many fake artists, So, and when you keep it real with your fans, like, depending like on what type of fans you have, but certain people, when you keep it real with them, it chases them away, bro.
But isn't that what differentiates you from other artists?
That I keep it real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what makes me unique. But
since you said there's a lot of people who are just doing the same thing, how do you now differ in that spectrum or in that environment where all the people are
doing the same thing? It's because I'm okay. Safe to say I'm doing the same thing differently. I feel like they're all doing the same thing the same way. I'm doing it differently. But when you are different, not everyone will like you. Not everyone will accept you because you are an outlier in their eyes. Like, okay, you're not one of us. You're not like us. So who are you? You see?
Yeah.
So it depends also, like, what kind of fans you're dealing with. Because we have fans that want authenticity, that want bars, that want the real you. And then we have fans that want the fake you. You know what I mean? So I think you as an artist, you have to decide, do I have real fans or do I have fake fans? And then you delegate accordingly. But I love keeping it real. I love keeping it real. I don't mind dropping a song every single day. A new song every single day. I don't mind it.
And what is your content? Like context, like what kind of topics do you usually pick up?
In terms of what?
Like when you're writing your raps.
When I'm writing my raps.
What subject do you really touch on the most?
Mostly I talk about myself. Like when I'm writing a song, I like to talk about myself, my experiences, my life experiences, my lessons, the good times I've had, the bad times. Also, in that whole thing, I also try to motivate, to educate, to encourage the listener to not do the bad thing I did yesterday, or to enjoy life and not look at the bad side all the time. You know what I mean? So I'm really many people, but I try to make sure that, the final product is one.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm
I
saying.
get what you're saying.
I'm many people, but I try to make sure that the final product is one. So yeah.
Okay.
I write about myself because I know myself. I don't like writing about topics I know nothing about because it's gonna bore me and it's gonna bore the listener.
So are you saying you find interest in yourself mostly than any other topic?
Yeah, I find interest in myself because I'm very interesting.
And what message are you trying to send across to the listener when you're doing that?
That you must say good things about yourself, that you must be self-aware, that you must experience life for what it is, that you must see the good in every bad. The list goes on, bro. The list goes on. But it's all about you believing in yourself, not letting the past define you, pursuing your dreams, knowing who you are, not letting, outside energy, affect whatever's going on on the inside, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's too much, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we can go on and on and on. I mean, I have time, bro.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
So what would you say groomed you to be what you are today?
A lot of bad shit happened to me, man. But bad things happen to everyone.
Yeah.
But I told before we even came here. Remember the one I told you about?
Mm.
That one is the one that really made me the man I am today.
Oh,
You know, chronic pain, bro.
yeah.
Pain that doesn't ache you only today, but for a year or even more.
Mm.
That type of pain changes you as a person, bro. It's like you're in jail, bro, and you wake up every day there with your inmates, all this. It's like that. It changes you as a person, but you're not literally in jail. But it's like pain that is there every single day.
Mm.
When you wake up to it. When you sleep, it's the last thing you feel before you go to bed. And it's gonna be the first thing you feel when you wake up.
Mm.
And that can last a long time, bro. Not only today, even tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. You know. So that it's pain that changed me, that made me the man I am today. It's pain, experiences, lessons, mistakes. Yeah. The list goes on, bro. I like the questions you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure more out about you so that
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think how can I put this? Do you think everyone has to go through pain to become a better person, or not everyone has to be subjected to that kind of pain?
I like that. It depends on you as a person, but I wouldn't wish the pain I went through on anybody, because that pain is severe, bro, and it takes a long time to go away. But one thing I'm gonna say is pain is natural. It's part of our life. Like if you don't go through pain, it means you're not living life. It's not just prolonged pain. It's not even chronic pain. Maybe hitting your finger on the edge of the table. Now that's pain.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but that pain only lasts like for a short time. It doesn't last long. And there's pain that lasts a long time, bro. That takes a long time to disappear, and that kind of pain, not everyone can handle it. It's like being at sea, bro. With the storms, the waves. Some people can die though. Not everyone can handle it. So I wouldn't say people must go through pain for them to be the man I am, or to be, to be better human beings. But I do believe that pain plays a certain role in building your character as a person, in teaching you what to do, what not to do. The list goes on, bro. And when you look at your scars, bro, sometimes you smile like, wow, I actually survived that. So yeah. But I'm not saying everyone must go through pain. But pain, like I said in the first episode of Prime Touch, pain is inevitable, bro.
Yeah.
We are all here to suffer, bro.
Yeah.
So it's all about suffering well. Yeah.
Okay. So when did the podcast begin, and where did the idea of that you want to do a podcast
come from?
How did you go about it, or what was the thought process? Why did you think this is what I want to do? How did you see it fit you, as if like this is something I can do and this is something I can utilize and be lucrative on?
I like that question. That's actually a great question, bro. So it started as a label. I started a record label in 2020. I kept pushing and pushing, but the lack of support, also I was confused at that time. I was doing a lot of things. I had people around me, but I felt alone. And I had people telling me that I talk too much. and I know I talk too much, and I have great. It's not about me talking too much, but like the wisdom. Also, I love sharing my wisdom. So when I'm quiet, I feel like I'm holding back my wisdom. And you know, God is love. God loves giving. He loves sharing. So that's why I'm not saying I'm God, but I just love sharing. The idea of sharing my wisdom, so that the next person knows how to maneuver life, you know, stuff like that. So the thought, where did the thought come from? If I can tell you the history of the podcast, you wouldn't believe it. That there was no like visuals. It was just audio only. Like, you see this phone?
Is that how you started it?
That's how I started the podcast. You see this phone? I bought a mic with this other thing that you connect to the phone, and then you just talk. It started like that, and I used my phone a lot to shoot videos and stuff like that. It was good, but it was not professional. You see, and there was also too much background noise. You see, because I was outside. Sometimes I would do it like inside, you know, like I go to, let's say, maybe McDonald's, you know, stuff like that, just to shoot a podcast. You know, I bought a ring light, but then I lost the ring light. I don't know, it's a long story, but yeah. So I lost a lot of things along the way, and really I needed a venue, you know, and that's why I came to Chester. And I was like, you know what, if I can come here like let's say maybe once a month just to shoot content and open out like that.
Okay.
And that's what I will really do. So it in terms of you know, monetizing the podcast, I was
just before you answer that, you said it started as an audio.
As an audio. Yeah.
How did you end up? Because the audio, it does not cameras, right?
Yeah.
You just went for radio.
It's just the mic and the phone.
And also, what I'm trying to say is, you could have just went for radio with something like that, because it sounds like you were trying to do radio. How did it end up to a point where there's cameras?
Okay.
Why didn't you just go with the radio part?
So, okay, I like that question. By the way, the questions he's asking me, guys, these questions are not scripted. That's how intelligent my brother is. Anyway, so I remember there's this guy called Darage Nam. He's a musician. He lives in Josie. Like close to Preen, the taxi rank. You know, there's a hotel there, I forgot the name. So I wanted to interview him. I went to him. I remember I was very high that day. Like, bro, I was high. I lacked self-confidence. I lacked a lot of things. My English, like, I was very confused, dog. 2022, it's like there was a dark spirit over me. Anyway, so I went to the guy, yeah, and then he was with his friends. He lives with his friend. I forgot his name. It was two of them, and it was me, Sia's friend. I think we were like 5. Yeah, we were like 5, and it was only 2 of them. So when we started shooting, like when I started interviewing him, he was shook when I put the phone on the table like this and started using my mic and passing it to him when it was his turn to speak. So I was like, bro, so there are no videos here, it's just the audio. So it's like, bro, people must love you so much for them to listen to you for an hour with no visuals. Like he's the one who said that. These are his words, guys. These are his words. So, truth be told, after that day, I was like, yeah, she could be right. Maybe my people do want visuals, you know. Because also when you look at the numbers, like after publishing an episode, when you look at the audio episodes and you look at the audio visual episodes, you can see the difference. The streams are more with the audio visual than the audio. You see. So that's one of the reasons why I,
did the transition.
Yeah, from audio to audio visual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't know I was going the radio path, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought I was doing a podcast, but Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you were still answering.
Now I'm done.
The lucrative part.
Oh, the lucrative part. Okay. Obviously, right now I'm not thinking about money. Right now I'm thinking about content. I'm thinking about adding value. I'm thinking about having great guests. I'm thinking about sharing ideas, sharing my wisdom and knowledge. I'm thinking about giving back to the community. But for me to give back, I have to have something.
Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. I think the lucrative part can only come like towards, because I'm not planning to do this all my life. I'm not planning to be a podcaster all my life. At some point, I'm gonna have to step down and let someone else run with it. I feel like I can only monetize a podcast maybe after like 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. The more subscribers I have, the better for me.
Okay, you beat me to it, which was going to be my question. Where do you see the podcast in 5-10 years?
I see the podcast hosting great guests. I see the podcast, raking up numbers. I'm talking about like something K views, that minimum 10,000 views. I see my podcast, being broadcast on TV. I see my podcast, like hosting celebrities, bro. Not saying like the people I'm hosting right now are not important. Every guest is important, but we always have VIP guests. That.
Yeah.
Even at clubs, bro, you have the general section, you have the VIP section. You know what I mean? So I see my podcast having VIPs. Like I see greatness ahead of me, bro. And also it's God who decides,
Yeah.
And also the work I put in, the people I bring, the people I interview, all that plays a crucial role in building a podcast. Also me being consistent, always showing up on time. If I said I'm gonna post a new episode on the 1st of every month, I must do that so that my people believe in me. You see? So that they see that I keep my word. Okay. As a man, you must keep your word.
Yeah.
So it starts with me. For me to achieve all the things I've just mentioned, I have to be consistent. I have to show up. I have to take L's at the beginning. I have to go the extra mile. Remember, this is my podcast.
Yeah.
I have to make people care.
Yeah.
I have to make people love the podcast. I have to give people a reason why they should stream my podcast.
Yeah.
Instead of Podcast and Chill, instead of Hustler's Corner, instead of all these podcasts, these great podcasts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I must give people a reason to listen to my podcast. So yeah, I feel like everything starts with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if things don't work out as you planned, you spoke about taking some L's, will you be able to take it as an L, or will it destroy you? Like, would you take it as an L in the manner of I tried and it didn't work out, maybe it just wasn't my thing, then you keep moving, or would it destroy you to the point to say, I really wanted this to work out, why didn't it work out? Which of the two persons do you think you would become if
I think I'll become both people. You know what I mean? Cause like obviously I want it to work, but I don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
And remember in life, nothing is guaranteed. But one thing I'm gonna say, success is 99 or is 98% hard work, 1% luck, 1% whatever, I don't know what I'm supposed to be saying. But like, yeah, that's success is not, it's always 99% hard work. So if I work hard, I get busy, I keep showing up, victory is guaranteed. You know, I mean, it all depends on me.
Yeah.
You know, but remember, this is life.
Yeah.
And life is like unpredictable. Anything can happen. But you know, the way I'm doing it, you know, I believe that in the next 10 years I'll be doing great. I just have to do the right thing. I just have to be consistent, host great guests, you know, hold thought-provoking conversations with my guests, play games. I'm also planning to, like, you know, play games. Do you know Friends Like This by DJ Su? Yeah, something like that, but at a later stage though. So if it's just me running my mouth all the time, I don't see it working.
Yeah.
But if I do other things on the side, like games, photography, other things, just to keep my guests, you know, entertained. You know, I feel like, you know, like I can make it with that mindset, with that approach. But if I'm just running my mouth, you know, every month and there's nothing else I'm doing, then eventually people might get, you know, bored and tired of me. So there must always be something new, something interesting, you know. But remember, we're dealing with human beings. And as a human being, bro, you want to see flames, you want to see amazing things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do for the people. But we must always leave room for failure. You know what I mean? Because failure is like inevitable. But I've failed a lot, I've done a lot of things. So I feel like now I know myself, you know, now I know how to move, you know, yeah. That's how I feel though.
Okay, and as an upcomer in the podcast space, what advice would you give someone who wants to start a podcast? What does it take financially, health-wise?
Health-wise, yeah.
You know, thought process,
It takes a lot, guys. It takes a lot to run a podcast. But one thing I'm gonna say is, one thing that keeps me going is passion. It's love. You know, when you love what you're doing, everything gets easier. But for an upcoming podcast out there, guys, believe in yourselves. Give yourself time. Understand the podcast. Like what's your plan? Know your why. When do you plan to drop? Do you plan to drop every day? Do you plan to drop every week? Do you plan to drop every month? Do you plan to drop every year? And also know that it might take a toll on you depending on how often you do it. Since I do it monthly, it doesn't really take a toll on me because I can plan everything. I have 30 days to plan everything. So, as compared to someone who publishes content every week, I mean, we already have established podcasters who, you know, publish content every 2 weeks or every week. You see, I mean, that is a lot of pressure. But it's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, you have to understand that they are monetizing the podcast, they are making money. So to them, it's like a job now, you know, and they have employees, they have this, they have that, you know, they have a crew. Me, I'm doing most of the things by myself. And, you know, I'm not saying I want it to be like this forever. Eventually, I'm going to start outsourcing. You know, I'm going to get a team, get people to help me out here and there. You can't do everything by yourself, bro. I can't run a clothing line, a podcast, a label, all at the same time. Eventually, I'm going to have to recruit a team, a dedicated team, you know. So, yeah. And financially also, you must have money, dog, because money runs the world, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so without money, you're gonna have a hard time in the podcasting space. You know, because money talks, bro. Having a guest, you know, it's money, bro. This platform, it's money. This venue, it's money, bro. Everything is money. The photo shoot I did before this, it's money. To come here, it's money. The haircut, it's money. You see, everything is money. The clothes I'm wearing, it's money.
Yeah.
This mic, money. This booze we drinking, money. This phone, everything, though.
Yeah.
So I think it's best to just take your time, plan it properly, because but I'm mastering this skill now. This thing of starting and then you just stop.
Yeah.
Like you get tired, you get bored, and then you start changing.
Yeah.
That can bore people, and I've noticed it with me because like I was trying a lot of things, but I was experimenting. Safe to say, I was experimenting. You know, because for you to know your audience, you have to try things out. You see.
Yeah.
So I tried things out. I lost people in the process. Remember when you say I'm gonna job every Friday, and then now you're saying you're gonna job every month. Some people are not gonna like that. Some people will like, this guy's confused. I don't know what's happening with this podcast. I don't know where it's going. And then we have people who are actually patient. Like, you know what? I'll help this guy. I'll stay with this guy and help him get through it, help him understand it. You know, and such people, you keep them close because they are the ones you do this thing for, your day ones. People who watch your every flop. You changing your word every day, you know, and you keeping your word. I mean, it's a process, bro. A man that, like going from a boy to a man, it's not an easy transition, bro. But it's the one that helps you a lot as a man.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if you were scouting and say you had money and you were scouting, or you've already made it,
Yeah.
and you were scouting, if you would go into that venture,
Yeah.
and you see someone who has good thoughts and a good idea of a podcast, but since you said financially you must have money, but they can't afford to have good equipment, so on and so forth, would you put your money into someone? Is it something that you eventually do where you get other people's ideas and put money into it, provide a platform for them, and they do their own thing?
It depends. Are they serious? Are they consistent? Do they know their why? Why are they doing the podcast? Is it because they see someone else doing it? Or maybe it's an idea that comes from like above, that comes from God, because I believe every idea comes from above. You know, what is your why? Why are you starting the podcast? Why are you doing it? And also, why should we publish your ideas? Why should we make your ideas go viral? What makes your ideas unique? What makes you important? Why should people listen to you? So I feel like...
Can you answer those questions?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Answer them. Why
But-
do you think people should listen to you? Why the same whys that you said you have for...
Because why should people listen to me? Okay, actually I don't want people to listen to me because remember I'm doing this for the people. So I'm the one interviewing people.
Oh.
So since I'm interviewing people, I wouldn't want people to listen to me all the time. You know, when you have a guest, you want all the attention to go to your
guest.
You know. But since you are interviewing me today, and when I have great ideas, I'm sure I've already shared some great ideas already, which I'm gonna, post on the platform, for everyone to see. But yeah, guys, one thing I'm gonna say is just keep going, guys. Just keep doing your thing, and yeah, eventually you'll get there. Yeah, so I can't answer every question because now I'm just starting out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So who inspired you to be a podcaster?
Who inspired me to be a podcaster? No one actually. I inspired myself. Because...
What made you to start that thing? I heard you saying a story about the audio one. What made you to start that one?
That one?
Yeah, where you were doing the audios.
Okay, that one there. You know, like I said earlier, I was running a label. So, and one thing about me, I'm too intelligent. Yeah? And with all this intelligence, I don't want it to go unnoticed, unrecognized, unheard of, you know. Because I believe God blessed me so much that if I don't share my wisdom with the next person, then you know, I have a debt to pay because you know I didn't do the right thing. But what made me start that, I just wanted to share my knowledge, bro. I remember I even had my mother, bro, can you imagine? Like with the audio one, I once interviewed my mother, bro, my own mother, you know. I wanted like a sense of community, bro. I was so lonely that I wanted a sense of community and also for me to feel important doing things for other people. You know what I mean? So also, yeah, I mean, just many things. Also, you know, as upcoming artists, we don't have platforms to showcase our talent. So what do? You come to a podcast, we interview you, and at least that is something. You have something in your name that, oh, AJ once interviewed me on this day. Now you can show that to your fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's the type of, you know, result I want. You know, doing things for upcoming artists, doing things for the community, empowering the community, all that, bro.
Sounds like you're self-inspired.
Yeah, I'm everything, bro. Like I'm that guy, bro. Because I'm also my own biggest fan. You see. So, yeah, but I'm not saying everything I do needs to be studied, analyzed, admired. I'm human, I make mistakes here and there, you know, but I've worked on myself so much that everything I do, there must be less mistakes and more lessons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, like I've done so much for people and you know, like, yo, it makes me feel great about myself, bro. I actually enjoy doing things for people, bro. So yeah. And also another, just because I do things for people doesn't mean I must, you know, tolerate disrespect. Like the homies I asked to show up and they didn't show up. That is disrespect to me.
Yeah.
You know, because you can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And you are my witness.
Yeah.
And I told them on Wednesday that today is the day. Are they here now? How would you feel as a person? So you see, it's such things, bro. It's such situations that can make you hate whatever you're doing. You know, I was running a label. I was so close to working with AKA, bro. But my heart was just not invested there. My heart was invested, but there was too much disrespect. People don't appreciate you enough. You feel like you're talking to yourself. All these things, bro, can make you make the wrong decision sometimes. The lack of support. You ask a question, people keep quiet. You post something stupid, people comment. So, like it's such things that can drain you, bro. I mean, like, you know, and you always stop when you are close to your blessing.
Yeah.
So after the label, I went to the podcasting. I started a lot of things, and you know, and I was also learning, and God was guiding me. Also, I feel like when God is guiding you, some things are not gonna make sense to people.
Yeah.
People say, you crazy, dude. Are you doing so much for people and you're only getting less in return? But we don't know where I'm gonna be in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
If I keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It may look stupid now that, bro, invest in borders, all these niggas don't even show up. You know what I mean? But in the next 10 years, it will make sense. And you will be my witness that, oh, my brother once had a situation like this.
Yeah.
And he had to freestyle, I had to help him out.
Yeah.
You see, we can talk about this at a later stage.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a relatable story. So, yeah, man, one thing when I say, just keep doing you, bro. It might not make sense in the beginning, but eventually everything will make sense.
Yeah. So far, who has been your favorite guest out of the people that you've interviewed? Who would you say was your favorite guest?
Wow, I like that question. I would say Tato Malone.
Why?
That guy is very intelligent, man. Well spoken, gentleman, speaks his mind, freely, fearlessly, wonderfully so. You want people who make you want to talk to them again. People want to make, I would like to interview again. That's the type of guest you want.
Yeah.
You don't want a guest that is gonna make you regret inviting them. You don't want to work with such people.
Yeah.
So I can say, but so far I've never had a guest that I'm like, I wish I never interviewed this guy.
Yeah.
All my guests so far were nice, were respectful, and they showed up and we did what we had to do.
Yeah.
But I would say Tato Molomo is the one who
Was
outstanding, followed by Brian Touch. Even though I broke that up into 3 episodes, it was 1 full episode, but I broke it up into 3 episodes. That was the very first episode with Brian Touch. So it's Tato first, it's Brian Touch, and then I enjoyed the interview with Pep G. Even Flex, I enjoyed that one. He was with this chick here. We actually had a lot of, we shared game, bro. Even Pep G, we shared game. But Tato Molomo, and we tapped into soccer. So you can imagine the exposure and the reach you get from talking about soccer players, because soccer is like the most watched sport worldwide, that. So yeah, bro, like it's all that, man, and I was like, wow, you know what? This is great, bro. This is great. So Tato Molomo, followed by Brian Touch, and then I can say Flex, and then PUBG.
Alright.
Yeah.
Who would you wish to have as a guest? Someone that you wish to have as a guest?
Robot Boy is the first one, obviously. He follows me. Shout out to you, Robot Boy. We appreciate your presence, you following us. We hope to interview you one day. I can say Robot Boy, Nasty C, bro. I'd like to have Nasty C on my platform.
Yeah.
I'd like to have MT on my platform. I'd like to have Casper Nyoverse on my platform. I would like to have Nadia Nakai on my platform. I'd like to have who else? MacG. Yeah, even MacG. DJ Spoo, I want him on the podcast. Banele Rewo. Do you remember the guy I showed you?
Yeah.
That I'd like to have him as. I always see him by the gym, by the way, guys. So yeah, it's many people I'd like to interview, bro. I don't know if you're talking about celebrities or
No, just in general.
just in general. Yeah. Also, I want.
Is your podcast focused on celebrities only? Just people in general sharing their own thoughts?
It's just people in general.
Oh, okay, then it must be a general question that I was asking.
Yeah, it's just people in general. Also, maybe I'm dreaming. Drake. That's a dream, bro. That's a dream that will never come true. But you never know. You never know. But yeah, bro. Also, Weezy, I doubt.
Yeah.
My mother, maybe one of these days. A lot we can talk about. She's an intelligent woman. My sister, maybe. And women also. I want women, but women that are serious.
Yeah.
Not people just gonna waste my time and make me hold back on some things or some questions.
Would you interview a woman that comes across as a whole, like someone who
With the sick past.
Yeah, not even a past. Someone who embraces that whole mentality and.
Okay, I try not to be God, né? I try not to judge people. If you're gonna speak some sense, let's do this. How or not, pros or not. Like if you're gonna speak sense, that's what I want.
So would you interview what's that look? The one that's always dancing naked. She's a celebrity.
Is it Zodwa?
Yeah. Someone
you see that, yes, but but like if she's gonna speak sense, yeah.
Do you think she would speak sense?
I doubt. And right now should be twerking here because of this imagine genie. I'm just kidding. So they were like, yeah, if she's gonna speak sense, I wouldn't mind. I mean, why judge when you're not God? You know what I mean? But I feel like Zondo Abad can get us views, you know. But it's not the type of viewers I want. The type of viewers she would attract, you know, what they want.
Yeah.
And when you fail to give them that, they're like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
So also I feel like the guest you invite, you interview, they play a crucial role.
Yeah.
Because now people want more of that.
Mm.
And they want guests similar to that guest or what they said.
Mm-hmm.
And when you fail to do that, it's like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not judgmental. I'm very inclusive. I give everyone a chance. I give everyone a chance to speak, to be themselves, but just do the right thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. Do you think podcasting is the future?
Yeah, I think podcasting is the future because, you know, it depends on what you're doing, what you're promoting, your community. Do your people love you? Do they support you? Do they watch your videos? What do you do for them? What's in it for them? You know? And also, you may not give everyone, you know, like something. Everyone may not benefit. I'm not saying by following the gym right now you'll benefit something. Oh, you'll benefit something which is content, you know. But you may not get the benefits like as compared to someone who followed McG when he was starting out.
Yeah.
You may not get such benefits.
So where do you see yourself in that future?
Like I said earlier, I don't see myself doing this all my life. At some point I'm gonna have to step down and let someone else run with it. That may happen in the next 5, 10 or 2 or 3 years, you never know. We don't know what the future.
But what if the people want you? Because remember also with podcasting, people can fall in love with a specific person. Say for example with Melchi and so they've now fallen in love with both of them. If one had to leave, it would take a serious strain on people.
Okay, if my people want me, then obviously I have to give people what they want. But what I would do is, you see how we are doing it right now. If I'm planning to step down, I would, you know, like call someone, get someone to, you know, to do the podcast with me. For the next, maybe we start today and for the next 10 episodes, we do it together. And then after, when I feel like people are used to you, people like you, people know you, people can relate to you, that's when I can step down. You feel me? But still, they can, you know, they can pose questions like, where is AJ now? AJ is the one who started this.
They want you specifically.
I don't know, man. Only God knows, because I'm doing a lot of things right now, and I'm not gonna be great at everything. That's a fact. But
so what are you mostly loyal to? If everything,
I'm loyal to what makes sense to me. That's all I'm gonna say. If it makes sense to me, if I'm supported, if I feel appreciated, I'm loyal to it.
Okay.
But if I'm doing so much and there's no reciprocation, then I'm wasting my time.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like you ask a question, you get silence. You post something stupid, you get 1,000 reactions. Such places I don't entertain.
Are you trying to be someone who sounds okay? What are you trying to come off? Like, are you trying to come off as someone who's serious, someone who's, you know, trying to bring about intellectual thoughts into the community, or you're just trying to have fun? Like, what's your ideal?
Or everything you just mentioned.
I'm
trying to be myself. I'm very intelligent. I'm very funny.
So you're a whole package.
Yeah, I'm a whole package. So really, it depends on who I'm dealing with. Sometimes I may not make sense, sometimes I may make sense, sometimes I may not be entertaining, sometimes I may be very entertaining. Remember, I'm only human. I can't be good every day. Some days, I'm gonna fall short, but I try to, give my best shot to everything. Every chance I get, I must always do the right thing. That's what I always try to do. So the rest, it's like actually it's not really important,
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Well, you said you have a website for your clothing. Where can people get your...
Okay, so if people want to buy my merch, you can visit trapsourceapparel08.myshopify.com. Yeah, you'll find my merch there. Or if maybe you didn't catch that, you can check out our Instagram account, Trapsource Apparel, Trapsource Podcast, we are there, Trapsource Records, we are there. You will see the website and you can just click the link and yeah, it will take you right there.
Is it a brand that you are building or it's just
It's a brand I'm building.
What's the name of the brand?
Trapsource Apparel. So it's just an ego. So it started as Trapsource. Like it started as Trapsource Records. Now we have Trapsource Records, we have Trapsource Podcast, and we have Trapsource Apparel. Everything is Trapsource. The clothing line, but the logo is simple. It's just an ego. The podcast also you can see.
Why an ego?
Cause
is there something that relates you to an ego?
Yeah.
What relates you to an ego?
Independence, independent thinking.
Are those the trait of an ego or?
Yeah, traits of an ego. Vision, seeing things from far. Seeing things before they unfold. Only eating fresh stuff. All of these things. Traits of an ego. Why did you laugh when I said that?
You eat fresh stuff,
But you know what an ego does, bro. So that's what I try to do. But I'm not trying to be an ego though. I'm trying to be myself. I just admire the qualities, the traits of an ego. Also, being an ego is not easy. There's always a time for a new beginning. You have to let go of the old. Feathers, beaks, claws. I had that story. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
I didn't really follow it, but
it's a painful one.
It's a painful process. So, and it comes with cutting ties with people, losing people you love, sometimes losing yourself because you trust a higher power, you trust God. Like I said earlier, when you trust God, in the beginning, people are going to call you stupid. And then later on, realize, oh, he was right. Oh, he was trying to help us. Oh, he was trying to do this. Oh, he was trying to do that. But how are you going to feel as a person when people call you stupid, when people call you crazy? And then after 3 months, they call you a genius. How would you feel? Today I called you stupid, I called you crazy, and then 5 years later I'm like, Tyler is a genius.
But you can't be mad that they didn't understand you then. Remember, not everyone can see your vision, right?
Yeah, I know that part. But the part that annoys me the most is when you don't trust someone who can see the vision. That's what annoys me. That's what annoys visionaries the most.
I think also visionaries need to have a stronger heart. Some people are just blindsided. They're not gonna see what you're seeing. Therefore, you must not blame them for saying they are reacting in a way. Because if they say those things, that means they don't even see, they don't believe. To them, you just sound like you're stupid because how? You see? Because they're not saying it. You're the one who's saying it. So to some extent, I don't feel like you should be mad at them. I feel like you should have some sort of understanding that, they don't say it, they don't understand it the way you understand it. And only later they will understand when it's working, they're like, oh, this really can work. That's why they turn themselves back. And then, because only later they get to understand. And that's an I don't know if inevitable is the right word. That's something you can't change. They won't see it until it works.
Yeah.
They won't see it
until it works, they will call you crazy.
Exactly. So they're not seeing it.
Actually, I've been in situations like that many times. I like that you said you must be strong at heart. Yeah, because really sometimes it can weigh you down. You can get weary and you're like, come on, I'm doing this, and you just cannot do the simplest thing. Like I said, I was in a situation where, I could see the future, but the people I was with, sometimes you're just surrounded by idiots, bro. Like, you just have to admit that yes, they don't see the vision, but I can also see the fact that they are stupid. I can't be blind to that. But some people really love you, dog, and be patient with you until the vision unfolds.
And I can't also deny you also on your side to look at them that way. You see, you both right. They look at you.
It's crazy, and I'm looking at them as stupid.
So I can't.
And we both have our own reasons. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, remember, it's your story. It's my story, and then it's the truth. So eventually everyone will see the truth and they'll be like, oh, okay, I was wrong here, oh, I was right here. Then what happens now? Come back together and you forgive each other and then you grow.
And until that part comes, you all gonna look at each other and that.
This one's good, this one is stupid, this one is crazy. Remember, that's your own scenario that you created in your head about this person. And until you see what this person saw 3 months ago, you're gonna call that person stupid. You're gonna call them crazy. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out.